to show you some tips and tricks for looking your best on Zoom and on camera using makeup. How to use your makeup to accentuate your best features on Zoom. I'll be doing that, and the key to that is using a 3D foundation. So I'm using Mascara Beauty to demonstrate my techniques today. I love mascara because everything fits in one compact. Lots of color choices from your highlights, your foundation, your contour, illuminator, lips, cheeks, eyes, brows, everything fits in one compact setting powder. It's all here, but if you have other foundation, highlights, and contour that you use, they should work too for these tips and techniques. So before we even get started with the makeup portion, some general tips for Zoom is to make sure that your computer camera is a little bit higher than eye level. If you're holding your computer like a lot of us do on a table or your lap, your neck is scrunched up, you're kind of hunched over, your face is looking down, it doesn't highlight your best features. So if your camera is up, it causes you to sit up straighter and look up, and it elongates your neck, which kind of smooths out some of those wrinkles and other things. And it also just gives your jaw a more chiseled look, so you look better and more flattering with the camera above eye level, slightly above your eye level. So that's one thing. And then also lighting, making sure you've got they have little ring lights that clip onto your computer camera, but making sure that you're well lit so that there's not backlit or shadows in your face, so that you can actually see all your beautiful natural features that you have. So once you've done that and you set up your camera for Zoom, your makeup can also really enhance your features. So when we're in real life, I'm coming on today, I have no makeup on my face because I'm going to show you how I do it. In real life, when we're talking with someone, we're turning our head and people can see the angles of our face a little bit. But on Zoom, when you're staring straight at the camera, you tend to look even more one-dimensional. So the great thing about mascara makeup is that the whole concept on camera and off is actually to make your face 3D, define and sculpt those natural features of your face. So in order to do that, it's all about color placement. Instead of using one all over color, a liquid or powder foundation that just washes you out, I'm going to use cream makeups and I'm going to use some slightly different colors to give myself, accentuate the brightness where I want brightness, where I want even out my skin tone, and where I want to create some shadows and chisel out some features. So that's the basic concept behind using 3D foundation to accentuate those features. So I'm going to just go ahead and get started and show you how I do it. Like I said, the first thing is just picking a foundation color to even out some of the redness and unevenness of your skin tone. So I'm going to use a cream foundation. Cream is great, mascara is great because you just have a little bit and it just covers really lightly. Cream is awesome because it's blendable. So once I get my 3 colors in, they blend together effortlessly and it just feels like a second skin. It does not feel heavy, and it also stays a really long time. It will last all day, as opposed to the powder or liquid that kind of cracks and doesn't look so great by the end of the day. So I'm dipping into my main color. If you're interested in Mascara Beauty, I would color match you to make sure that these colors exactly match your skin tone. So my main color, I'm also going to put a little bit on my forehead just to make that match and even everything up on my face. Okay. Great. Now, you see that I've left sort of the under eye region. I'm going to use a brightening highlight. This is a shade or two lighter than my main skin tone. And when I add it under the eye, I'm going to pull it down actually and add it all the way down sort of in a triangle shape under my eye. Not just highlighting the bag like I used to do, and that kind of draws attention actually to the part that you're trying to conceal. This is highlighting. It's highlighting your best features. Our eyes are usually something we want to show off and highlight, and this brings a brightness right to the center, the whole center, as opposed to this side, which doesn't have anything, or as opposed to if I just highlighted right there under, that highlights that area that I might want to conceal, as opposed to brightening my whole face. So let's even this side up, and I'm going to add that brighter shade all the way down in a triangle under my eye. I'm going to also make sure I get my nose. Dab that right in. My camera lighting is also really not great for makeup. And then I'm going to put a little bit of that brighter shade right in the middle of my forehead just to make it even. And then any extra, I'll just prime my eyelids with my extra. So again, multi-using, I can just slap that right on and it's perfect to get ready for my eyeshadow later. So now my skin tone is evened out. I'm not worried so much about my cheek because I'm going to add some other shades there. But it just kind of made everything even. And it also gave brightness and then an all over tone. So already I'm getting a little definition. I'm not one flat pancake shade all over my face, but I've got a little bit of brightness and then evened out my skin tone. Now this is where the magic happens, especially on Zoom, and that is to use contour. And I never used contour before I tried mascara, but it really dramatically increases the, highlights the features and sculpts your face. So I have a great, this is the detail highlighting and contouring brush from mascara, and it's great for adding contour. So contour is just a cool shadow color, and I'm just gonna put that right under, kind of high under my natural cheekbone. And right now it looks a little dramatic, but the cream makeup blends in, and you can already see it kind of sculpts that face and gives me an instant facelift without spending a penny on plastic surgery. That's the beauty of mascara as well, and it looks like it came down a little low, but again, the beauty of cream is you just blend that right in with my highlight color and clean that up a little bit. So this side has got contouring. I'm going to add it to this side also, right at the top of my ear, under my cheekbone, to kind of lift it up. It's like a push-up bra for your face. Just gives you that instant lift. All right. Now I'm going to add some to the top of my forehead. This also gives me just some dimension to my forehead. If you've got a really tall forehead, you can bring it down farther. And if you've got a short, or if you've got bangs, you may not need this step. And then the last place is I'm going to highlight my jaw. And this just, there's a shadow under your jaw already, but this just kind of defines that and makes it a little bit more distinct. And I pull it down my neck a little bit to get rid of any of the extra skin down there that I want to hide. So now my jaw is a little more sculpted. And then there is one final place I'm going to use the end of my detail hack brush just to contour my nose, which again, like I never thought I'd be contouring my nose until I tried mascara, but what it does is it really just accentuates, kind of thins it out, defines the shadow so it doesn't look just flat. Again, instant nose job without spending any money. $14 for the contour, that's it. And then I'm just going to go back in with my brighter color just to make sure that I clean up that brightening. I still want the brightening to the center of my face. So it looks a little harsh right now, but the magic comes when you blend it. So you take a fluffy brush, and I actually like to use a little bronzer as I blend because that warms up my skin tone as well. And for me, it doesn't look as washed out. It looks like it's got like a healthy sun-kissed look without being brassy or orange, just sort of a natural glow. So I'm using my bronzer and my fluffy end just to blend in my contour a little bit. So already you can see that my face looks a little more defined, pulled together, and it's just accentuating my eyes, the center of my face, and minimizing areas that I want to kind of pull the attention away from. So there's my contour. And then we get to add some details to kind of just pull the whole look together. So for the details, I'm going to add a little bit of blush color, and mascara has some beautiful blush colors. I'm just going to go with a very standard pink called Hollywood. I'm going to put that blush right, and again, this is still cream, so it's going to blend all together. I'm going to put the blush right above my contour, kind of the apples up to the top. And again, I'm going to blend that in so that it's not as harsh looking and it just blends together. And then I can use the exact same color I'm going to use the exact same color for my lips as well. I can use the exact same color. That's another good thing in terms of saving money and space, is that in your compact, is that colors are multitasking and can be used for many purposes. So I will take that Hollywood color right on my lips. And if I wanted to add something different to it, just to kind of switch the color up a little bit, maybe give it a darker gloss, I can add colors right there to define my lips. Now with the contour as well, you can make your lips look a little plumper by taking your contour and adding that shadow kind of under your lips to kind of define that and make your lips just pop. Instant full lips right there, just tiny little bit. All right, so now we've got some color to our face, to our cheeks, and then we can do some details. For example, another thing I love about mascara, I'm going to use a contour color again for my eyebrows. So not a new product, but just using what I already have in my compact. This makes it also super quick in the morning when I'm not talking through and narrating my makeup routine. It takes about 8 minutes, 6 minutes. I can do it in 3 if I'm in a hurry and skip some of the details. So, you know, just defining the brow line, framing those eyes, and then I can do my eye look as well, to make those pop a little bit. And then lastly, I'm going to add a little bit of shimmer. So again, with zoom, when the camera is looking straight on, you can already see more dimension to my face than when we started. But one little extra thing to add, and I'm going to use this pearl illuminator. It's very just white shimmer. And I'm just going to highlight the very top of my cheekbone and also the bottom of my brow bone. And again, that little extra pop of shimmer adds some dimension to your face. It catches the light. This is where the light would naturally hit your face, on the high points of your cheekbone and your brow bone. In this sunlight, it's great. But also on zoom, if you're using a camera, it just catches the light a little bit and gives you a little dimension, and again brings the light to your eyes. So that adds dimension to your face as well. And then finally, I'm going to do an eye look with just a couple of basic shadows. I'll just go all over with sort of this is called Cupcake, and it's just sort of a basic cream, very neutral color. And then I'm going to add a little bit of color to that. Again, adding some dimension to my eyes, just like I did to my face. So then I'm going to add this color, a little sort of a medium toned mauve. This one's called Lullaby, and I'm going to add it to the outer corner and inside the crease, just to define my eyes a little bit, make them pop. And then I'm going to flip it over to the fluffy end and just blend that in. Do the same thing on the other side with my sort of mauve color in the crease and in the corner. And it's sort of contouring your eyes just like you contoured your face, just to add some dimension and depth there. And then last step for the eyes that I love to do is add a pop of shimmer. I think I'll go with this shimmer, a light shimmer. This one's called As If, on my lids, and then I'm going to blend that in so that it's not as shiny and the colors just all blend together. So then I'm going to blend that in and sort of a 3-toned eye look. Okay, then the last thing is again a few little details like my liner under my eyes. I'm just using a shadow color for that. With your liner, when you're on zoom, you don't want to go all the way to the inside corner because that closes your eye up. You want to just stop halfway to keep that inner eye open. And another really good trick to opening your eyes up, particularly if you're first thing in the morning zooming while you're having your cup of coffee and you're not quite awake yet, is to put a little pop of brightness in the middle. So I'm going to take the end of my eyeshadow brush and just put a little very light color in the inner corner, and again it just makes my face look wide awake. Okay, so there's a little pop of brightness right in the center, which again just makes you look awake. It opens your eyes and brightens your eyes in the morning. So the last thing that I need to do is add a little mascara. That's the only thing that doesn't fit in my compact, and then I'll show you how to set and finish your look so that it stays polished all during your day. Okay, mascara is on. The last thing to do to make that cream makeup set, because it is blendable, so up until now I've been able to kind of correct and blend it in, but I want it to stay on my face just the way I've put it now that I've added that dimension, and you can just see the depth and just my features chiseled out, which looks so much of a better look on Zoom. But I want to make sure it sets, so I'm going to take a beauty blender. This is our Perfector sponge from mascara, and some setting spray. Sometimes I spray it on my face, but because I have mascara on, I don't want that to run, I'm going to spray it right on my sponge, and then I'm going to press that makeup in. And it also takes off any excess. So if I've kind of come on heavy anywhere, or something's come off my brush and it's a little heavy, it takes off the excess to even it out. Super easy. And then finally I'm going to put a little setting powder on. I love how mascara's makeup gives you kind of a soft, dewy glow Instagram look. But, you know, under your eyes, you may want it a little more matte. Also, the setting powder that we have, this is Vanilla Dust. It kind of sets the makeup so it doesn't settle in any fine lines and creases. And it gives you a nice matte look. If you have an oily T-zone or any shiny areas, you want to matte those with the setting powder just to give it a nice finished polished look. And that is it. That is all it takes to give an awesome Zoom look, even first thing in the morning when you can do your makeup in 8 minutes and it looks polished, put together, ready to go. I love it. Again, you can use these tips with anything, but I recommend and love Mascara Beauty. If you want to be color matched to see what highlights and contour shades would define your best features, then send me a message and I would love to color match you. And you can start with a small palette. We've got many sizes. You can start with a few colors and then build up, or you can start with a large compact, and even small compacts have everything you need in there. So lots of options. Reach out if you want to start with Mascara Beauty and have fun looking your best on Zoom.